Okay, so a target stick. We really want it to be something nice and long. The reason being, we are working with predominantly giant breed dogs, and they're really long. So if you're trying to get them to do a full spin in order to lure them with a treat, you really need to move your arm out there. Or the target stick, if it was too short, then you really got to lean over them. And some dogs don't like to be leaned over. Okay, so my target stick, again, is a duster handle with a ball at the end. You should start off having your dog in front of you ready, and don't introduce them to the target stick. A dog's natural curiosity for a new item being introduced to them is part of them learning this. We're going to use that to capture the behavior of showing interest in the target stick, or maybe even nose booping it right off the bat in order to sniff it. Okay, so introduce and mark. Again, this is where you're going to want to be really clear. Don't show it to them ahead of time. You know, they might kind of be like, what if you got there? And that's great. Hold it way back, hold it up, get some of that interest going. And then right in front of them, put it down right in front of them, introduce it very clearly. If they go to sniff it or show any interest at all, maybe they go to bite it, that's fine at this point. We're just going to mark and reward for any interest in it. And then when it's back out of commission, way back, and when it's back in commission, clear, be very clear if you're in and out of commission with the target stick. The other thing you can do is lure the dog to the stick. You can put a little bit of peanut butter on it or a little bit of cheese, or you can kind of just hold the cheese to it. So if we're using both capturing by using their natural curiosity and luring them up towards it, then we're being very clear about what we want from them. Okay, so once your dog is successfully booping the target stick, so they're booping it, you're marking and you're rewarding, we're going to add some right and left. Most dogs find this fairly easy. All we're doing is just moving the target stick slightly on the left to them, slightly on the right to them, and marking and rewarding that. The hard part comes in when we want to add a little bit of forward motion. Many dogs struggle with that first step forward. So go slow there, and if they're struggling, go back to an easier level for a minute. But we're going to try to get them to take just one step forward. And once they're doing that really well, now we can start adding in a lot of movement, trying to get them to follow it around, make it a bit of a game, make it fun, especially if you have a ball at the end. You can naturally make that kind of a fun game of follow the ball. And we always want to end with them touching it with their nose. Should your dog touch down further on the stick, if they're just starting out, I would go ahead and count that. If they've done a lot of nose boops at the end and they're really doing well with that, then just pause and wait for them to tap the end of it. And if they begin halfway through getting frustrated and start using their teeth on the ball, then go ahead and just go back to the basics for a minute, do a couple simple lures, a couple very slow, simple, easy nose boops. Slow your motions, make it a little more boring, and get that nose boop back. That's a natural thing. Many dogs will do one of those two things or both at some point in time. Don't get frustrated with them. Just take it back a step and show them what you want more clearly. Okay, so we're going to be watching a video of Moby working on her touch target skills. Let me set this up. See, she's doing a really good job. Booping out, starting to add in a lot more side motion. Asking her to move to the right and the left. And now I'm going to lure her around a little bit with it. She already knew a touch target pretty well, so I didn't mind skipping ahead to the step of getting her to really follow it by putting some cheese up next to it. Yes! Just getting some bigger motion from it. Yes! See there, she actually hit the stick a little bit, and I just paused and waited for her to move back down to the ball.